Thank you for staying with us and welcome to News Across Nigeria, compliments of the season. I'm Olumide Macaulay. On today's program, a female suicide bomber detonates a bomb in Borno State on Boxing Day. She's the only casualty. Representatives of the wife of the president visits soldiers wounded from the fight against Boko Haram. And fire raises a market in Yobe State. Thank you for joining us. It's Boxing Day, a day for celebration and exchange of gifts after the Christmas day. But for the people of Maiduguri in Yobe State, they had to deal with another tragedy, this time a bomb explosion in the Kasuwan Shanu area of the state. Confirming the incident, the police public relations officer, Borno State Command, Mr. Victor Suku, the explosion occurred around 8:30 a.m. today and involved two suicide bombers, male and female. The female was shot just as she detonated an improvised explosive device, killing herself only, while the male suspect was arrested and his IED defused by the police command. According to intelligence reports, 5 suicide bombers infiltrated Maiduguri on Christmas Day, while the Chief of Army Staff and government officials were reopening roads leading to towns in northern Borno. Meanwhile, the governor of Borno State, Mr. Kashim Shettima, sees the breakthrough at the Sambisa forest by the Nigerian military as a Christmas gift to the nation and the people of Borno State. According to him, taking over Sambisa forest is one gift the people will appreciate. Before now, the terrorists had used the forest as a hideout. In his words, since I became the governor of Borno State in over 5 years, this is the best Christmas season I have witnessed. 2016 is for me Nigeria's year of victory and Borno's year of hope and resurrection. It's in this 2016 that we can begin to have access to major towns like Gwoza, Bama, Dikwa, Mongonu, and Damasak following their liberation by our gallant armed forces. End of quote. Staying with security, there seems to be no hiding place for the members of Boko Haram and terrorists in the country, as one of the leaders who escaped from Borno State and settled in Lagos has now been arrested. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Toko Brutai, told journalists in Maiduguri that the Nigerian Army has resolved to go after all fleeing commanders of Boko Haram. The Army Chief opened 2 major roads in Borno State that were closed since 2014 at the height of the activities of the insurgents. The roads are Maiduguri, Gubio, Damasak, and Maiduguri, Mongonu, Baga. The Army Chief also asked soldiers in the northeast to pursue the fleeing Boko Haram terrorists and intercept them. Now to a tragic incident as well, not to do with terrorism, but staying in the region. Property worth 28 million naira is said to have been destroyed by fire at the popular Makera market in Nguru town of Yobe State. The Market Association and witnesses say the cause of the inferno isn't yet known, as they just saw the market in flames late in night after the close of business.
Another tale of fire incident has occurred, this time in Yobe State, northeast Nigeria. The debris you see here is the aftermath of Mekara Market in Nguru town, which has been razed by fire. Among those who have showed up here are victims who are attempting to salvage anything, sympathizers, and members of the National Emergency Service running a professional eye on the level of damage.
The cause of the inferno can only be revealed by the Almighty, as all of us closed our shops peacefully and went home that fateful day, only to see this devastation the next day. The good thing is that no life was lost. With God and determination, as well as support from government and spiritual groups or individuals, we can still succeed.
The NEMA state representative says an intervention will come from the agency, but after a proper briefing by the Market Association and their independent assessment.
We've gone around, we've seen the level of disaster. There are about 177 shops which were burnt down completely by the fire incidents. Food items with clothing also worth 5 million were lost. And properties at the Mekara market, such as the hoe, the rake, and anything that they do in blacksmith, they've quantified it worth 20 million. So by the special grace of God, we are going to report back to the head office to know how to come to their aid and give them support.
Concerned agencies have over the past week stepped up campaign on how to handle fire in a windy environment, and particularly precautionary measures to adhere to, especially during this period of Harmattan. Hopefully, incidences like this can be prevented in future.
And staying in the region, even though it may appear that the president's announcement on the end of activities of Boko Haram was put to the test by the blast that were reported, his wife is going ahead by visiting wounded soldiers at the 44 Army Reference Hospital in Kaduna, northwest Nigeria. Many of them sustained very serious degrees of injury from the battlefront. The president's wife was represented by the wife of the deputy governor of Kaduna State.
The First Lady's team at the 44 Army Reference Hospital in Kaduna. Wounded soldiers on admission with various degrees of injuries sustained from the battlefront. About 40 of them are receiving treatment.
This hospital still remains the base hospital for Operation Lafia Dole in the northeast. We have so many patients still coming in, despite the fact that there have been a decrease in the general number of casualties that we're receiving because of the success being recorded in the operations. But we still have a lot of people who are coming in, particularly from IED injuries, mines injuries, explosives and ambushes.
They fought for this country to keep the peace of this country, and they have gotten into what they are today. I pray that God will reward them. I pray that the government will look at them and also take care of their family.
These are men who have sacrificed immensely to keep Nigeria one and to free the people of the northeast from terrorist attacks. And with the announcement of the defeat of Boko Haram by the president, hospitals such as this may receive fewer wounded soldiers on operation.
In the spirit of the Christmas celebrations, the Ogun State First family in southwest Nigeria put together a food outreach program. Operating under the Uplift Development Foundation, Mrs. Olufunso Amosun, her children and spouses of government officials distributed rice and cash gifts to residents in 3 senatorial districts. And in Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria, internally displaced persons received food items from the St. Teresa Catholic Church.
The Yuletide is always a time to share with others, and some of those displaced by the Boko Haram insurgency gathered at the St. Teresa's Catholic Church in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, to receive food items as part of the Christmas celebration. The Bishop of Yola Catholic Diocese appeals to Nigerians to put politics aside when handling issues that affect internally displaced persons.
Those that need support very badly now will be the internally displaced persons, those that have not gone back to their own homes. So we decided to invite them. We know their homes, we know where they live, and we invited them from their different locations to St. Teresa's Cathedral so that we can give them some foodstuff in order that they can celebrate Christmas with their families.
In Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, the first family did not let up on the opportunity to put smiles on some faces. The wife of the Ogun State governor and spouses of other government officials went about town, celebrating with residents and leaving them gifts of love.
Unless you're insensitive to what's going on in the nation today, there's a lot of hunger out there, and we just felt that we wouldn't want to stay at home with our personal Christmas turkey and rice, that we'd want to come out and felicitate with everybody here in Ogun State. So as you can see, all my children are here, all the spouses of Ogun State government functionaries are here. We've all come out of our homes. We've left our families for them to enjoy their Christmas, but for us to come out and show the good people of Ogun State that we love them and we feel what's going on in the nation and that we're felicitating with them today.
As they touch all three senatorial districts, the gift bearers re-echo the reason for the season, a show of love to one's neighbors as preached by Jesus Christ, the center of the Yuletide celebrations.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, senior military officers visit the troops in northeast Nigeria. Please stay with us.